Hi, I'm Courtney Pache, Collections Technician for the History Department at the Manitoba Museum. Today I'm going to talk to you all about the childhood of Sonia Eckhardt-Gramatte, composer, violinist, pianist extraordinaire. Sonia lived in Winnipeg from the 1950s until her death in the early 1970s, but prior to that she had lived all over Europe and was actually born in Russia in 1899. Sonia had a very interesting childhood. Her mom, Catherine, was married at the time of her birth, but she definitely was not the daughter of her mother's husband. Rumors fly that perhaps Tolstoy was her father because her mom was a governess in that household. As a very young child, Sonia was moved from Moscow, Russia, over to a Tolstoyan commune in England, and that's where she lived for the first few years of her life. When she was a little bit older, she and her mom then moved to Paris so she could study music at the Conservatoire de Paris, and she was a violinist and a pianist there for many years, winning awards and really blowing people away with her musical ability. We have a few relics from Sonia's childhood here at the museum, things that she kept and cherished from her infancy until she passed away. So I want to show you two dolls and a few other very interesting pieces. So this doll that we have right here dates to around 1890, so prior to her birth. And this is one of her very little precious dolls that she had. She also had a number of accessories and clothing items that came along with this doll when she arrived at the Manitoba Museum. We also have this little soft-bodied doll. She is very well loved, as you can see, and was one of the two dolls that Sonia played with when she was just a little girl. Being a musician, Sonia, of course, had access to lots of instruments. And this here is a little miniature violin that she would have been able to play with as a young toddler. So you can see here it's quite beautiful and very, very detailed. We also have the bow that goes along with it. So you just picture this little tiny toddler playing along with this as she got her feet wet in the musical world. For most of her life, Sonia was known for having a really stark bob. That was like her signature haircut from the time that she cut off her childhood locks. And lucky for you, we have that childhood hair here at the Manitoba Museum. I feel like I'm becoming the hair person. If you check other videos, you'll see why. But in this French chocolate box, we have her ponytail. So I'm going to take it out so you can have a look at it. This was her very first hair and her haircut. So when Sonia first cut her hair off in 1908, she then sported that signature bob that she had for the rest of her life, but she continued to hold on to her ponytail as a memento mori of her childhood past.